Hey, friend. Good to see you again. Welcome back to QALM. It's Carla Carrasco. And today's practice is all about feeling and the act of physically feeling, not thinking. And so there is a very big difference. And it's one of the biggest things I believe in my practice is helping people physically feel stuck emotion. And so emotions are an expression of the body, and they usually occur in response to something happening in the environment. We have a tendency to move out of our body pretty quickly and into our mind when something is occurring. And it does a little bit of a disservice to us because that emotion, what it wants to do is work itself through the body in whatever form. They often come as like contractions and relaxations or tingling or maybe even itching or heat changes. Maybe something gets really warm or cool. And so this practice today is about staying with sensations in the body. And to me, an emotion is just a little dance that it wants to do through the body, but it wants to be recognized and it often wants to be noticed and focused on. So it's much like a small child who wants you to watch them do some kind of dance or something, routine. It's like, watch me, watch me, watch me. And if you sit and you watch and then you start to do something else, that child is going to notice and they're going to be like, no, I'm going to start over. Let me do it again. And so it's in your best interest, unless you want to keep watching it, do this dance or routine over and over, to just watch and to just notice what they're doing. Like, wow, yes, oh my gosh, you're doing so good. Look how high you can jump. Oh, wow. Now you're so fast. Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. And watch it the whole way through so that the child doesn't want to do the routine again. And that's pretty similar to emotions. They are trying to get your attention by creating a physical sensation happening. But again, what happens for us is we begin to disassociate from our body. So we go out of the body into the mind and start thinking of what we need to do next, right? As opposed to just being present with feeling. So the thing with emotions, though, and if it's a big enough event, it they just find a nice little spot in the body to sit and wait until you're going to watch them do their whole little routine. So oftentimes they can present themselves like pain or illness or discomfort of some kind. And so, yeah, then it's in our best interest to actually feel our feelings and not just think our feelings. Thinking doesn't really do a lot for us. Um, it can help the emotion come about, but you'll never outthink a physical response in the body. You just have to go with it in order for it to just fully move itself out. So that's what today's practice is, beginning to learn how to stay in the body and allow physical sensations to arise. With that, let's get into whichever comfortable position you're going to choose for today. Whether it's sitting up, leaning back, laying down completely. And sinking into whatever surface that's holding you, beginning to notice what it feels like to sit on that surface. or lay on that surface. Connecting with the breath. And in these practices, we often breathe in and out of the nose as best as we can, because we know that breathing in and out of the nose will help calm and relax and balance our nervous systems. And if you have to breathe out of the mouth, then you will do so. The body typically does not just forget to breathe. It'll breathe in any way it can. Yet we can help its function by breathing correctly, which is in through the nose and either out through the nose or mouth. The inhale is the most important through the nose. Let's bring some awareness as you are inhaling. Notice where you feel that first breath of air. Do you feel it inside the nose? Do you feel it somewhere in the mouth, at the roof of the mouth, or at the back of the mouth? Or are you feeling it in the throat somewhere? Just notice what your mind says when you take that inhale. Where do you first notice that breath? Maybe doing a quick body scan, noticing if there's any tension that wants to be released or let go before we relax into today's practice. Just noticing if there's any tension around the eyes or the jaw, back of the neck or shoulders, maybe even in your hips or anywhere in your legs. And sometimes giving it a little movement encourages it to release any tension. Let's engage in our first breath pattern of a box breath, where we'll inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4 before repeating that pattern again. So to prepare, let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhaling completely. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Release the count, allowing your own natural rhythmic breath to turn back on. So, when we first do this, we're going to induce sensation into our bodies so that we can practice what it feels like to be present with the sensation. So, for now, I'm going to have you squeeze one of your hands. Just pick one, whichever one. It doesn't, you can do both, but let's just do one for now and focus on one. So, holding your hand closed, not so tight right now, just closed. And bring awareness to what it's feeling like to have your hand closed. Maybe it feels easy. Perhaps it feels like an effort. Maybe you're noticing some strain or even sensations in the palm of your hand. Right now, we're just bringing awareness what it feels like to have the fingers curled into the palm. Bringing awareness to where you have the placement of the thumb. Is it resting on the front of the finger? Is it to the side of the fist? And let's begin to notice if we begin to tighten this fist, what happens? Where do you feel the most sensation? Is it on the inside, on the outside, along the fingers, in the middle of the palm? Perhaps it's multiple areas that you're noticing physical sensation. And notice, does your mind want to wander as you're focusing on this fist? And it's okay if it does. Busy minds want to have a job. So we remind our mind that we are focusing on our fist being closed. Notice the qualities of the sensations that you're feeling and name them, like tension, tightness, numbness, tingling, maybe even pain. Keep holding that fist closed. And in a moment here, I'm going to have you squeeze as hard as you can your fist for 3 seconds. And then we're going to be present with that sensation for another 3 seconds. And then we will release. So here we go. Let's tighten that fist as tight as you can without injury for 3, 2, 1, holding it tight, noticing the sensations, noticing which location you feel the sensation most in. And then in 3 seconds, we're going to completely release and relax the hand. 3, 2, 1, relax. Notice how the fingers feel when you relax. Notice any sensation on the inside of the palm or on the outside of the hand. And stay present and name each feeling that you're noticing. For example, like tingling in my palm or tingles in my fingers, lightness, or even any painful sensations. And again, notice if the mind wants to wander and not sit with the present physical feelings happening. And we're training the mind to come back to noticing the physical sensation, even if it's uncomfortable. And let's give that hand some love with the other hand, just rubbing it a little bit. Notice what that feels like for your other hand to massage the hand that was just clenching. Maybe give both hands a little shake. And sitting in stillness, feel any sensations that are happening in the body. And the way that often looks is that your mind will wander to a specific area of the body and just notice. And the best way to stay with a physical sensation in the beginning is to name it in your mind. Like, I'm still noticing my hand, or I'm noticing maybe the entire left side of my body because it feels heavy. And as we have an inner dialogue, we start creating this relationship with the physical sensations in our body. And just for a few moments, tuning into the body. And either out loud or in your mind, describe what's going on. Again, if the mind wanders, bring it back to the task at hand. The mind is used to wandering, and we're training it to stay with a task. Let's engage in a little reset breath of a 5 by 5 continuous breath where we will inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds before repeating the pattern. So let's pair by taking a nice deep inhale in and exhaling completely. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release the count, allowing your own breath to come back naturally. For this next practice, we're going to notice our solar plexus area. So around the stomach and the solar plexus. What I've noticed with many emotions, and of course it might be different for everyone, but when a really deep or big emotion happens, there's a contraction of this diaphragm solar plexus area. So we're going to practice inducing that contraction just so we can be aware of what it feels like when it happens. Because when we're in an emotional state, we want to bring awareness to this sensation of this contraction. Even if it's uncomfortable, it's really important to be able to stay with it. So, how we're going to do it is when we're going to take an inhale, and on the exhale, I'll take a nice deep inhale in. And on the exhale, moving your solar plexus back towards your spine. So it feels like you're tightening and tightening, tightening as much as you can. And then release. We're going to work up to holding it. So let's take another nice deep inhale in. And on the exhale, we're going to pull our belly back towards the spine. And release. And on this next one, we're going to hold the contraction. So we're going to take a nice deep inhale in and exhaling, pulling our belly back towards the spine and holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And for a moment, just noticing what the release feels like. how much more room is made in that center area of the body. On the next hold of the contraction, we're going to notice how it feels when it's contracted while we're holding. So let's take a nice deep in breath. And on the exhale, pulling the belly back towards the spine and just holding. Notice where you feel the contraction the most. See if you can pull it back even a little bit further. Keep focusing on what this feels like. It might be uncomfortable, or noticing any other areas getting tight. Keep contracting. Notice you can still breathe, but notice the quality of your breath while this contraction is happening. You may notice it's more shallow, that you can't take the full deep breath in because you're contracting. Notice your spine. What is your spine doing? Maybe your hips, noticing the hips. Keep contracting. We're going to release in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Notice that expansion. Notice the quality of lightness that occurs when you release. Maybe you can use words like floating, or light, or open. Or maybe even a color came into your awareness. We're going to do this one more time, just to really get those feelings all over the body. And again, you're going to either say them silently in your mind or out loud, just describing the sensation that you're feeling. So let's take a nice deep inhale in. And on the exhale, pulling that belly back towards the spine, tightening as tight as you can. Begin describing out loud or in your mind what you're noticing. Pull it back even a little bit tighter. Notice how it affects your shoulders. Again, how it affects the quality of your breath. Tighten a little bit more. And we're going to release in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And sitting with the sensations of the release, the openness, the spaciousness, the lighter feeling. Notice if you feel any tingling or perhaps heat, or cool down. And again, when the mind wanders, bring it back to focusing on something in the body. Maybe there's a cool breeze running on your skin. Perhaps all that contracting has created a little bit of perspiration to occur. Noticing that you can take a nice, deeper breath than when it was contracted. We'll practice this contraction again, but this time we're going to do a full body contraction. And notice when we're contracted, we can still even breathe. It's just the quality of our breath shifts and changes, which is something we can notice as well. So let's lay completely relaxed or sitting up completely relaxed. And I'm going to cue the body parts to tense as we do this practice. So to prepare, let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhaling completely. Let's begin to contract the left arm and hand, contracting the right arm and hand, contracting the head into the shoulders, contracting the chest, the solar plexus, pulling it back towards the spine, contracting the left leg and right leg, maybe even contracting your face as tight as you can. We're going to hold this for 8 seconds. 8, 7, 6, tighter. 5, 4, 3, as tight as you can. 2, 1, release. Notice any sensations happening wherever your mind takes you. Notice if the mind wanders, bring it back to the physical body, noticing the sensations. Helping the mind with a job by stating the sensations out loud or in your mind. We're going to do that one more time. This time, we're going to add awareness to when the body is fully contracted. Okay. So to prepare, let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhaling completely. And begin contracting the left arm and the right arm, left leg, right leg. Your head contracting into your neck, the chest contracting, and your solar plexus pulling back towards the spine. Notice which body part you're feeling this mostly in. Describe in your mind or out loud the sensation you're feeling in that body part while keeping a full body contraction. Let's contract even a little bit more. Noticing. Noticing if there's a temperature change. Tightening the contraction even more. For 8, 7, notice your breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, contract a little tighter. 2, 1, release. Notice that breath that comes in. Notice any area of the body calling your attention with sensation. Maybe there was even a moment where you can feel your blood moving again. Bring awareness to any areas that feel like they're tingling. And if the mind wanders, bring it back to the physical sensations that you're noticing. Name them either out loud or in your mind. And maybe you just repeat the same thing over, like tension in my mid back, tension in my mid back, or tingling in my hands, tingling in my hands. Just repeat it until another sensation arises. We're going to end this practice with a nice calming 4x6 breath, where we will inhale for 4, hold for a couple seconds, exhale for 6 with another little hold at the bottom of the exhale before repeating the pattern. So let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhaling completely. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. And release the count, allowing your own natural breath to come back. Again, creating some awareness in that physical body. Moving it around to wake it back up. Rolling circles with your wrists or your ankles. Moving your head back and forth. Thank you so much, friend, for coming and doing this practice with me. This truly is one of the most important practices to begin discarding this baggage that we often carry, these emotions we carry around for years or even decades sometimes. And we have to be able to get back in our body and feel our bodies, even when the sensations are really uncomfortable. So I hope you enjoyed today's practice. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and your week. And I definitely look forward to seeing you next week. Love you so much. Bye, friend.